A very good afternoon. How are you? How you doing? Hope all well. It's 12:30 by the watch. I'm Justin Kapani, the founder and CEO of I'm Decor Design. We're in the business of designing and manufacturing home and office decor and interior solutions and stuff. And it's a Thursday, and a set of lines which so amazingly strike a chord with me. So I'm sharing these, and when I look at this, I'm kind of going through my own journey and I see people around and stuff. So ups and downs, failure, success, and everything, a part and parcel, personal relationships, professional relationships, and stuff like that. But what is it that keeps people going? So when I read this, I think about my experiences. So many jobs I didn't get hired in. So many projects didn't take off. So many vendor supplier sign-ups didn't happen. So many opportunities missed. So many people sent me their catalogs. We never got working with them or didn't sign up with them and stuff. So many designers, branding agencies got in touch for work and stuff. None of them happened. So, should I say that my journey has been full of failures and stuff like that? Or it's been a failure for them and they've stopped moving forward and undertaking all the challenges that come their way? Definitely not. So, this is this caption. It's called Failure is the Only Opportunity to More Intelligently Begin Once Again. And yesterday I shared from my own experience that, restarting doesn't mean that you've lost the plot or things are not going to happen. Restarting just means that sometimes you're just getting back with maybe a bigger bang or maybe more guts or more enthusiasm or whatever, be it personal relationships or professional relationships and stuff. So this is a excellent read. I've shared this over 2 years. I think change your attitude, change your life. And it struck a chord with me. So let me share what it is. Okay, so it's about a lady who's not been able to pay her credit card bills for 26 years. She moved 25 times looking for work, and she found that she was fired 80 times. She worked for 26 years before she could actually get a good salary of about whatever number here, and she occasionally lived on food stamps and slept in her car. And you're going to say, hey, but you know what? Why do you give us a success story here and stuff and all that? Why are we looking at the negative or the failure and stuff? But the point is that everybody doesn't succeed. And all the time you don't succeed. Things don't always go out the way you plan and stuff. So this is actually a well-known TV talk show host called Sally Jesse Raphael. And she says, despite all my setbacks and stuff, I refuse to give up my childhood dream and a career of broadcasting and stuff like that. I kept failing. I was willing to fail and stuff till I finally succeeded. And as a result of that, I developed a great attitude despite my failures and stuff. Which is, it's not the number of times you've succeeded, it's the number of times you failed, because each failure has taught you to get back stronger with more enthusiasm, and mastering probably those failures has taught you more on resilience and how to not take everything so seriously and stuff. And I'm amazed. We are consistently thrown off by challenges, or we are so full of fear, or we are scared to even take the next step and all that. We are complaining, and we don't do stuff and all that. So now when I read all of this, I'm like, hey, this is so relatable, because the point is, even if you're scared and stuff, you feel as if you're losing the plot or losing the grip on life and stuff. But the point is, we don't see that as a result of all those failures and stuff that has not happened, how much probably, let's say, wiser you've become, or you're more sharper, or you're more prepared for what could go wrong and stuff. And it says that she's again risen up and she's taken a challenge, and she knew she could master it eventually and stuff. So what really contributed to her? So a few days back, I think I just spontaneously shared that I was in the gym, and it's not consistency or structure or discipline, but it's actually persistence and the willpower. And this thing about being consistent, which is repetition. So doing stuff which you're good at, and and bettering from what not of bettering from what you're not good at. Okay, so let's say I'm not very good in certain things, but the point is, what am I good at, so she says this, that this is so relatable, that persistence and sheer repetition, no matter how long it took, were the two aspects which kept me enthusiastic, and I was actually very sure what is it that I want to achieve and stuff, and I could hardly wait to achieve my goal. So she says I got my own cheerleaders and stuff. No matter how many number of times I failed and stuff, I got my friends standing with me, my family standing with me, or my friends standing next to me and stuff and all that. So we are consistently looking for support and stuff and all that, but we don't get it. That when you're kind of demonstrating sheer consistency or going forward, no matter what goes wrong, you're still growing stronger and stuff, and it just makes you braver. So an example is that there are so many emails I send to a lot of people and stuff, and I don't get entertained by everybody for my business development, or we're looking for vendor, supply management chains and stuff, or we are looking for people to design or make something from my own collection and stuff and all, because I also outsource at times and stuff. I'm not an expertise in everything. So the point is that it is only through this that you learn that, okay, if one association hasn't worked, it doesn't mean the next won't. So keep going and keep pushing, and then you'll also realize that once you're kind of associated with a set of people and stuff, you will also kind of understand and realize that maybe some of them are not that professional, or maybe you're over professional, and baat nahi ban rahi. So the point is, each failure or association that doesn't go forward, when you look at it, you will understand why did it not work. So I can think about a few vendors I've left around the corner. They've gone, discarded, done with, not even speaking with them, or not even kind of entertaining them for stuff and all. And you realize that I think I expect probably because I'm from a corporate or retail background, I expect better response time, or maybe a better servicing, or a better response time and all that. And this is what we do, and we've learned through our journeys in careers like global business management, or through being in logistics or business development, or kind of being in the creative side of it, or being a think tank, or being a person at various forums and stuff. That is very important to learn the lessons, that why is that association not working, what is it that's not right about those people, and why are the other associations working. So think about it, because when you're doing all of that, and you're assessing situations and stuff, sometimes you'll say, maybe I'm the one who's got the issue, or maybe I'm too proactive, or maybe I'm too fast for them and stuff. But the point is, take a look at the bigger brands, take a look at the professional corporations, and take a look at the international brands and stuff. They all have a benchmark, they all have a standard. So this is what it helps me with, and I'm sure it's going to ring a bell, because that those failures are going to teach you how to keep the balance of not getting disturbed by too many things, or too many people, or something going wrong, either in personal life or professional life, or whatever. And even if you do, you're a human, take a break, uh, think about it, and what's not worked is not worked, but what could work is something better which you can focus on. So the caption is, get out there and fail. Yeah, fail. And it's happened to me so many times. And I mean, I can be honest about this, that in the last 10 days or so, the stuff which I've been wanting to do with my deadlines and stuff, I've not been able to do it because of certain personal losses or whatever. But the point is, now when I'm back with a bang. So this situation, the personal situation, also taught me this, that life is not always about fun. Career is not always about fun. It's life is a little serious at times when you've got illness and losses happening and stuff. But the point is you have to pick yourself, and you have to go forward, and whatever's meant to happen will happen and stuff. But the point is, the magical solution lies only in this, that you're kind of persistent, and you've got this willpower. No matter what, I will do it. Tell yourself that 100 times. Even in corona, people would say, we are falling sick and stuff, and I would say, yeah, just tell yourself this 100 times. I will recover, and I will get better and stuff. So you tell yourself this 100 times. things are going to get better, and things will only get better and stuff, and you watch the energy and everything change for you and stuff. Okay, so she followed her dream, and that's what helped her climb the castle of success on broadcasting and stuff, so having been in the corporate world and also seen a lot in advertising and branding, where you do have TV, radio, and you have the behind the scene and everything, it's not very hunky dory. Yeah, there are hard pressed times and stuff like that, but the winners, achievers are only those who reframe the situation and get back with a bang. And if your life is changing, you have to have gratitude and look at the blessing that thank God you're not associated with only those people. Thank God you've got better people, better circles, your position better, you're sharper, you're stronger, you learn more on the job and stuff. And it's a long life, so the thing is, things will work. One thing doesn't work doesn't mean 10 different things are not going to work. So keep moving forward even when you're afraid. And fear is something which I don't address much, because I don't think about fear, because it's such a small, like a mental setup thingy. Like, I know that if I have a cup of coffee, I may kind of puke, or I may vomit. So somebody could say that maybe I just have that hesitation or that fear. But the point is, it's not a fear. It's just this little, the word psychological would also be very strong. But the point is, it's just this little voice in your head that tells you, you may not feel good after having that coffee. And then I tell myself, but what if I had the coffee and I don't feel that way. So yesterday and for the last 3 days, I did this, and every time the voice told me, hey Jazz, hey Jasleen, avoid having this coffee because it induces nausea in you and stuff. I was like, let me take a step back and let me just corner this, let me just face this situation in the corner of my head. Let me just try this. And believe me, trust me, I had this coffee and nothing happened to me. So sometimes people tell you this, or your doctors will tell you this, or colleagues around will tell you this. But the point is, you have to face it. So there is no fear. There's nothing known as fear. It's just a thought in your head, and you just tell yourself, yeah, theek hai, karke dekhte hain. What is it? Worst scenario, I'm going to not feel that great. The best scenario is I'm going to enjoy in coffee. So you give it a shot. And once you give it a shot, hey, you know what? It didn't happen the way I thought. So this is one way of addressing what makes you feel a little scared and stuff. So do it. So similarly, from this lesson, even if you fail 10 times, you're going to succeed 15 times. Okay, so love and luck and take care. Have fun, have a blast, and enjoy yourself. And the weekend is going to be here. So make some plans to kind of revisit your goals and your energies and stuff and all that, and look forward with a positive and an optimistic approach. Keep the enthusiasm and the zing and the spark for anything personal and professional going, because that's going to drive you. And then you go in, the energy, your energy should affect the world and stuff, and not the other way around. Okay. So once you're in a room and you're getting down because somebody or the other is not feeling that great, there is always a way to kind of get back by telling